wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. Jack, we Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. The Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? Happy hump day. You already know what it is. It's your boy Scotty. Listen, we're back with another. I'm like looking at the camera and I'm like, what the hell is that white spot? I'm looking and I'm looking. I'm like, I don't see no white spot. It was kind of throwing me off. So that's why I kept moving. That's how much I kept moving it back. So anything like that. You already know what it is. And today, got a few topics I want to talk about. Just, get you prepared for today's The Breakdown. With my boy Mike Reed tonight at 8 o'clock. You already know prime time. Don't want to miss it. Television. Listen. And at the end of the day, I think Mike is having a we was texting earlier today, and it's kind of hard to read tones in text messages, but as Black people, we can kind of detect. He was texting a little somberly. He was texting real somberly. That's how I was reading it. That's how I was reading it. His words. It didn't come off as real, like Jackson State-ish, if I do say so myself. It felt more of like I guess we got to do the show, and I guess we got to talk about it, and I really don't want to talk about it because it wasn't up to my standards of talk. A lot of that. That's what I was getting. So we'll see. We'll see today, but you definitely tune in tonight at 8 o'clock to see how somberly Mike Reed is going to be today. Even after a win. Oh man, that's just crazy to me. But got a few topics we want to talk about today. And before I get into it, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be my last topic. So if you want to, make sure you watch to the end of the show, right? Because the Coach Prime stuff is at the end, but it just boggles my mind. I really don't. The one thing that I have a hard time respecting from people is like, if you don't say how you feel when that person is there, right? Like that's the biggest thing about this whole Coach Prime versus HBCU, because Ohio State had no words of ill intent or ill will towards Coach Prime. Now that Bama up in Colorado kicking it with the white people, and now every time I turn on Twitter, Ohio State fans got something to say. I'm like, it is astounding to me that he couldn't do nothing right. He can't do nothing right in Colorado, but when he was at Ohio State, he could do everything right. I don't think Prime has changed that much to now he can't do nothing right in Colorado. I mean, every single time I turn my Twitter on, he is doing something wrong. And HBCU people are just like, oh my God, see, this is why. But it was all good just a year ago. Just a year ago, he couldn't do nothing wrong. Now he can't do nothing right. It just boggles my mind. This is one of those things that I just sit back and I ponder. I'm just like, wow, this is where we've gone. This is where we come. We've come to that point. So just crazy to me. But we'll get to that sooner or later. All right. So first of all, you already see what it is about today. But man, listen. I don't know how he keeps doing this. And I'm telling you right now, if you're a FAMU fan, and I told my boy Jay from Merch Pack, right? I told my boy, from Merch Pack, that y'all need to start a shirt. And it needs to be #TallyStrong. It needs to be #TallyStrong. Because I'm telling you, the special thing about this FAMU team is a lot of the stars are literally down the street from FAMU. Like, grew up in the shadows of the university. And I'm telling you, you need to start for homecoming. It need to be Tally Strong, because that's really what you're doing. You're keeping, you're either getting the talent that has left Tallahassee to come back to Tallahassee, or you're keeping the kids that are in Tallahassee at FAMU. But I don't know. Good God Almighty. Okay. First of all, somebody, and you can say whatever you want. Somebody got to check FAMU's books. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not a snitch. I'm not about tampering, but somebody got to check FAMU's books because they can't keep having scholarships. I swear to God, it's like they never run out of scholarships, and then them scholarship players be like damn 4-stars everywhere. Now, I don't have a problem with it because that means they're going to keep beating Powell State, so I'm good with it. But somebody need to check their books. Somebody need to check their books because I'm telling you, ain't no way this Bama keep coming up with scholarships. Every year, every other year, I'm telling you, every time I see that FAMU image with the that shit is so fire, by the way, with the snake, like the Batman symbol they got with the snake. Dog, Coach Rez is the best in the game. Like, there's not, listen, I don't give a damn what you talking about. If you from Powell State talking about something, we got the #1 recruiting class. We ain't got the #1 this, and we got that shit I don't see none of that shit on the field. I don't see none of that shit on the field. Y'all Bama's look like some regular smuggler HBCU. None of that talent shows up on the field. I'm going to just be honest with you. All that #1 this, #1 that, none of that stuff shows up on the field. But them Bama's from FAMU, shit. Them 4-stars be meaning something. That boy Marcus Riley's like that. Okay? That boy Yance like that. That Bama Isaiah Major like that. Kendall, like, them Bamas are like that, okay? So you can have that #1 FCS recruiting class. Listen, that ain't showing up on the field at all, okay? None of that talent showing up on the field. Either you can't coach it or it ain't there, but it ain't showing up, right? But this Bama, man, Coach Rez is on. He's on a whole nother stratosphere right now. And just for anybody who wants to hate Bethune-Cookman, Alabama State, you know what I'm saying, the school with 12 fans, if any of you Bamas want to hate, here is some stats for your ass. Here's some stats for your ass. First of all, the top one is Nick Dixon, a player on FAMU. He says, no cap, bruh. Who just committed, could play right now. Lil bro used to hit the park with us for the summer. He's so cold. Wish I had a year with him. Now he playing on FAMU. Nick went for like 6 catches, 96 yards against South Florida. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's not sleep on that. Then Allison Posey, Tallahassee. Everybody in Tallahassee love Allison. Allison's the realest deal. The former Ricketts standout originally signed with Oklahoma out of high school. All right. He played at Garden City Community College this fall. Shout out to Jimmy Horn Jr. in the chat. Shout out to you, Jimmy. All right. I know you a kid. You a Florida kid. You know what I'm saying? He played at Garden City Community College this fall. Welcome back to the 850, right? And then Blue, you already know what Blue is. You know what I'm saying? Former 4-star Keon Brown announces his commitment to FAMU. Brown was the 380 overall prospect, number 59 wide receiver in the class of 2023. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, at the end of the day, like, come on, man. Like, it's different. It's different, man. He the best in the game. If we talking FCS recruiting and think about what he is not able to do, right? Like, there's just certain things Coach Rez can't do because of a budget restraint, because of just certain things. But for everything, he's the definition of more with less. I could only imagine if Coach Rez was given a Power 5 budget, what he could do simply in the state of Florida. What he could simply do in the state of Florida. Absolutely amazing. Shout out to Keon Brown. Shout out to FAMU. I cannot wait to see this kid on the field. I talked to a couple players from FAMU. They's like, yo, Scotty, this kid's the real deal. Like, he was giving us the work. He was giving our starters the work. Like, the starting DBs on FAMU, he was giving them Bamas the work. So I'm just, man, listen. Jesus Christ. It is not fair. And I'm going to say this. It's the little things for me, right? The little things is this. The Bama's over 5'10". For the last 3 to 4 years, right? For the last 3 or 4 years, FAMU has like a thing, like you had to be so short to ride the ride at FAMU. Anybody realize that? Like, if you were over 5'10", FAMU wasn't recruiting you. Like, that was their height requirement. Like, you had to be 5'10" and below. Xavier Smith, all the little guys. Shout out to you, X. I see you, my boy. Right? All the little guys, right? So now they getting six. FAMU getting Bama's over 6'1", 6'2", and stop it. Stop it. It's not fair. I'm telling you, if you keep them Tallahassee kids home, FAMU gonna be a problem. And we all know if you can recruit the state of Florida, you ain't gotta go nowhere else. You can listen in the state of Florida. Listen, I say it all the time. In the state of Florida, you could spin around, throw a rock, and hit a kid in the head with dreads that run a 4.3. Right? That's real deal Holyfield. So and that's anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Pahokee, you can go down to Orlando, you can go to Zay. He from Tampa. You know what I'm saying? You can go down to Miami. Where you want it, how you want it. Daytona, where you want to get it from, Panhandle, it don't matter. Man, shout out, man, all the buffs in the chat today. Shout out to you. Hey, listen, Will, let me just say this. You're killing it, my boy. You're killing it. I gotta give you credit. They don't know you came from West Virginia and you was Power 5 in it before Delaware State. I know. You're killing it. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. Shout out to the buffs in the chat. Right? Y'all keep doing it. Now I ain't got y'all beating USC. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I'm just keep it a buck with you. Y'all ain't beating USC. Make me a believer. But you know what I'm saying? But y'all still my guys. You're still my guys, though. You're still my guys. All right. So I just want you gotta give kudos. Gotta give kudos to Coach Rez, man. Best in the game. Hands down, best in the game. Right? Liberty City, where you want to take it at? Where you want to take it at? Liberty City, how you want to do it? How you want to do it, man? How you want to do it? So just this little, you know. Man, my guy, Gents in the chat. Gents! I don't believe in tampering, Gents, but you know what they ain't using you right, Gents. They ain't using you right, my boy. I'ma just keep it like that, Gents. They ain't using you right. You know how I feel. You know how I feel about you, Gents. They ain't using you right, baby. They ain't using you right. I'ma just leave it at that. Gents. I ain't gonna tamper. I'm just leave it at that. All right, listen. Let's get to listen. This is a sad case. Listen. Listen, Ninja, you in trouble. Listen. I know everybody be like, Scotty, you be trying to fire people every other week. I'm not trying to fire this man. This Bama is just in trouble, right? He's in trouble because, one, you have the expectations of Ncat fans, Aggie fans, right? They've been winning for a long time. You know, they just expect it, right? That's their standard now. Aggies are just expected to win. They did pretty well in the Big South, leaving that. They jumped to the CAA. They're getting their ass whooped there. But it's not the fact that they're getting their butt whooped in the CAA. It's not that, because they just started. It's not that. It's that you're losing to teams that you should be beating. Now, you're supposed to lose to UAB, right? But you're not supposed to lose to your rivals. You're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you getting beat 27-3 to Elon. Like, what are we doing? I'm not saying Elon's bad, but you know, like Ninja, you in trouble. And see, this is my thing right here. This is my thing right here. Nah, Blue, you said. Nah, I ain't gonna let you live with that one, Blue. Now you said it, Blue. You was like, oh, great hire. And I was rocking with you, Blue. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was rocking with you. I took your word for it, right? Oh, great hire. Go get him. William and Mary, go get him. You said that, Blue. And you called it, and I gave you all the credit in the world when you called it. Don't backtrack now. There ain't no backtracking now. Gotta eat that. So let me say this. This is when I know you're in trouble, right? And you guys can say whatever you want. Ncat fans can say whatever they want. This is when I knew y'all season's in the kaputs.
In the season, but we're not discouraged. We understand that we have very passionate fans, but we have greater supporters. And the difference in my mind, fans want to be entertained, okay? They don't see the bigger picture of what we're trying to build. Our supporters understand what we're doing here, our overall mission of building not only a competitive and championship program, but educating and
Nah, Ninja. Nah, I hate when coaches do that. Oh, no, we have a greater goal. We're here to educate and elevate our young. But no, Ninja, you're supposed to win football games. We didn't bring you here. Somebody said smoke meats. We didn't bring you here to educate young men. North Carolina A&T was going to do that regardless. North Carolina A&T was going to do that regardless. Okay? They're a technical school. They care about education. Okay? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear, oh, we got fans and then there's supporters. Our fans just want to be entertained. Yeah, you're damn right we want to be entertained. And fans come with money and supporters come with money. So what are you talking about? Oh, but our greater mission is to elevate the black minority brothers and to teaching them. No, that ain't your job. See, that's your problem. You in the wrong, you not doing your job. See, your job is X's and O's. And you too worried about teaching and not getting to the football. Teach them X's and O's. Teach your offensive play caller to get his ass out the 1985s. Bama out there running the wishbone in 2023. You running a 3-4 that couldn't plug a hole in cheese. Like, what are we doing? Talk about something. Oh, yeah, I don't want to hear all that. That's how I knew y'all was in some shit.
And developing the young men that have been entrusted to us. And so we appreciate the support of our supporters, understanding that all of those that have come before me that had to go through a rebuild process have faced some of the same challenges that we're facing early on. And with that said, our goals are still right in front of us. We have played one conference game, okay? We understand some of the things that we need to do to improve in all phases of the game, and everything that we set out at the beginning of the season is still ahead of us.
It's not. It's not. It's not ahead of you. It's behind you. You're not the SWAC or the MEAC to where you can say, hey, we only lost one conference game. We're good to go. My boy, did you not look at what conference you're in? You're in the CAA. The CAA, the Caucasian Athletic Association. That's what you at. You in the Caucasian Athletic Association. You are not in the SWAC. So it's not the same to where you say, oh, like Dooley. Dooley can say that crap, right? He had 3 out of conference games that were HBCUs, and he like, we didn't lose a SWAC game yet. We're good. So that's why Southern fans are just sitting back like waiting for this Bama to mess up and fire him. You, my boy, are not in the same boat as Dooley. You are in the Caucasian Athletic Association, right? Where all they do is beat Bama's down that are HBCUs. Now, what makes it even worse is that you have Norfolk State out here beating CAA teams. You got Morgan State out here beating CAA teams, and you have not beaten a CAA team. And you in the conference. And you are in the conference. And the thing that makes it even worse is that your team doesn't even look competent. See, that's the issue with, it can look a certain way, right? It can look a certain way. Like the days when Dancy would coach at Valley, you never counted Valley out because they were just a tough team. They were scrappy, they got after it, and you can respect that. I'm not seeing any of those attributes in North Carolina A&T. I'm not seeing a tough, scrappy team. I'm not seeing a team that is just going out there, giving it its all to win. I see a team that's unprepared. I see a team that lacks energy. I see a team that just lacks innovation. It's literally like you took a team, because if we're being honest, they weren't bad. They weren't, I mean, they lost talent. Yes, they lost Tootin. Yes, they lost their linebacker, Jacob Roberts. They've lost talent, but they are not a talentless team. Want to be very clear about that, right? So the way that you're losing these games just lets people see how ill prepared that you are. And what makes it even worse is you are a defensive coordinator and you can't stop a nosebleed. But you up here.
And that we have very passionate fans, but we have greater supporters. And the difference in my mind, fans want to be entertained. Okay?
See that? And you don't even understand that. You don't even understand that. As fans, of course we want to be. Supporters want to be entertained. The game of football is entertainment. And the fact of the matter is your team is not entertaining to watch. I would rather watch paint dry than watch North Carolina A&T play a football game. But what makes this very interesting, because, oh, Jesus, hold on now. This is what makes this game even interesting. The schedule that you got coming behind Norfolk, since you said you got everything in front of you, it looks like a bunch of ass whoopings. That's what it looks like coming ahead of you. You got Villanova, loss. University of Delaware, loss. Richmond, loss. Hampton, loss. Towson, loss. Rhode Island, loss. Campbell, I just see a bunch of L's. What's up, Xavier? Talk to me, my guy. Appreciate you for tuning in, my boy. Shout out to you and the Buffs. Like I told you counterparts. I don't see y'all beating USC, but you're doing your thing, though. You're doing your thing. I don't see y'all beating USC, but you're doing your thing. I see a whole bunch of losses. So tell me what schedule that you got that you ahead of. Somebody got to make that mess. Somebody got to make that make sense. Somebody got to make that make sense to me, because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Because if you don't beat Norfolk, it's a wrap, my boy. Listen, I feel like Miss Cleo right now. Call me now, because I see winless in your future, my boy. Call me now. I see winless. And once again, it's not the fact that you're winless. It's just how it looks. It just looks bad. It looks like a old UAPB team that just was out there. It looks like an old Bethune-Cookman team that's just out there, right? It just looked like y'all just showing up. It doesn't look like anything. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. If they bots, they bots. I'm gonna tell what's up and keep it pushing, right? So, yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I think the Hampton. You know what? The Towson game could get pretty close. The Hampton game, it'll be close because of Christopher Zealous. He probably gonna give you a turnover or two. But if I'm being honest, the way that Hampton runs the ball, I don't see you stopping them. He said they look like Ncat in the 2000s. If that's what they're going back to, they done made the wrong hire. They definitely have made the wrong hire if that's what they're going back to. But it just is what it is, man. It just is what it is. So I'm curious to see what it looks like. Because you jump into this new conference. Hampton looks super competitive. Hampton looks ready to go. Tennessee State looks like all the other cousins look ready to play. Hampton, Tennessee State, they look ready to play. Like, even the way, see, the thing about it is this, right? The thing about it is this for me. A lot of people can say what they want to say, but Tennessee State in that first quarter with Notre Dame, man, they look good. And that to me has seemed to propel them through the season. Right? It seems to have propelled them into the season of just being competitive and battling throughout the year, right? But I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not seeing that from A&T. I'm not seeing just. I would have been cool with and Dave and correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, because you're an alum. I would have been cool with them like if they had just a hard-nosed defense, but offensively they couldn't get it together. I would have been okay with that, right? Because I'm like, okay, you've taken the mentality of your head coach and put it on the field. He's a defensive guy. You got a great defense. You just can't score no points. All right, we can figure that out. But on both sides of the ball, it just doesn't look like it's coming together. You're running a 3-4, you can't hold up in, right? You don't have the personnel to run. So you're not, see, this is my issue. You're not changing your scheme up to fit your players, to make your players look better. You're not doing that. You're just going to keep running the 3-4 and hoping it's going to work. That doesn't make sense to me. You know you don't have the personnel to run a 3-4. Change it to a 4-2. Change it to a 4-2-5 and make it work. But no, we're going to stay in the 3-4, keep getting ran on, can't stop nobody, and then we just, and people are supposed to be supporting that.
Very passionate fans, but we have greater supporters. And the difference in my mind, fans want to be entertained. Okay, they don't see the bigger picture of what we're trying to build. Our supporters understand what we're doing here, our overall mission of building not only a competitive and championship program, but educating and developing the young men that have been entrusted to us. And so we appreciate this.
Can't get with it. Can't get with it. So when I say it's do or die, it's do or die this week. It is absolutely do. Ninja, you in trouble. Lose this game if you want to. Lose this game if you want to. It's going to be a long day. And it's in VA. And it's in Norfolk. And it's in Norfolk. I'm telling you right now, lose this game if you want to, Vincent. Okay? It is not about to be a good day for you. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm gonna just let that be it. I'm just let that be it. All right, last topic of the day. Listen, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh man. Oh man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what they got over there. I don't know who gonna throw it. Listen, to me, you just gotta roll with whoever you think has the most upside at the quarterback position and just let it ride. But I'll tell you this though. That offensive coordinator got to change his play calling. That offensive coordinator has definitely got to change the play calling. It is just not it. It's not. He has to get more creative, and I don't know how he got that job, but he got to get more creative. But this is my thing. Why? See the thing. You can say whatever you want about me. I've always stood on business. I've always stood on what I said. I was always on that island by myself talking about Prime. Good, bad, or indifferent. I was always on that island by myself talking about Prime. Now, the thing, and like I said in the beginning, the thing to me that throws me off right now is now that this man is in Colorado, he can't do nothing right in the eyes of Pajot State fans. Now, when he was in the landscape, when he was walking around the landscape, when he was kicking and kiki and cacaing with everybody at Pajot State, he could do no wrong. He could do no wrong. But now, he can't do nothing right. He can't do nothing right. Mike, this ain't the argument you want to jump in on. Because we already got I got enough video of you, Mike, So this ain't a topic that you want to come in on, right? So let me say this, right? So She Loves Crazy says this. She Loves Crazy said this. Cormani McClain is an 18-year-old, and you have already have a coach tearing you down in the media. It's disgusting. First off, most freshmen in Power 5 don't always play, so I don't know why the media keeps asking the question. Secondly, McClain probably already made up his mind, blah, 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 whatever, right? This is my thing. Where were you at? See, this is the stuff that kills me, right? Where were you at when the first season of Coach Prime was out and they had Aubrey Miller looking like he was crazy? They had Aubrey Miller. They had Aubrey Miller looking like he was a cancer to the team. By how it was edited, by how it was displayed, it was just like, damn, like it felt like Aubrey Miller could do no wrong. I mean, no right. It felt like Aubrey Miller couldn't do anything right in that first season. And I'm not saying that it was either right or wrong, or that, you know, Deion didn't have a way to do it, or he could have done it better. I'm not saying any of that, or that it was true, that it could have been true, that he could have been a cancer to the team. But if you're complaining about what he's saying about Cormani McClain, which is football related, everything he said about Cormani McClain was absolutely related to the game of football. He's not watching his film. He's not prepared. He's not none of that, right? But now, when you talk about Aubrey Miller in that first season of Coach Prime, it was a lot of character issues. He wouldn't listen. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing that. It's just funny to me how people love to change the narrative. And I got receipts. I got plenty of receipts. So if you want to play this game with me, we can play it. Or how about the time where Coach Prime did an interview talking about how Grambling left the game early when everybody was having a freaking heat stroke in the stands and the school was ill prepared for the water? No statement came out about that. Coach Prime didn't come out and apologize for that. No. And then you had other Pothole State fans running with the narrative. Oh yeah, they didn't want to stay and watch their team get beat. Oh yeah, the band left. Da da da. I got receipts. But the funny thing is, it was such a cult. It was such a cult following, which is all that happened was the cult following picked up and left Jackson, Mississippi and went to Boulder, Colorado. That's all it did. That's all it did. That's literally, he took the colt, picked up the colt, moved it to Boulder, Colorado, and dropped it. That's all he did. Now the first colt is jealous of the second colt. Right? And I'm so glad you in the chat, Hezekiah. Now, Hezekiah put this tweet about the Keyshawn Johnson video, right? He says, keep in mind, Deion could correct this at any time. And unrealistic as it sounds, I want Jackson admin to add every single celebrity that has helped push the false narrative that Deion was giving a handout to JSU, as if the institution wasn't taking a chance on him. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. You know what? Once again, I got receipts. Now, if I look real closely, that looks like he's wearing a Jackson State hat while talking about Jackson State. Am I correct? Oh, I got you. No, I got you. Now, if I'm correct, it looks like this is Deion Sanders in a Jackson State hat talking about Jackson State. Let's get it.
Just don't talk about it. This is the problem. I could say stuff. Coach George could say stuff. Coach Hugh Jackson could say stuff. But some guys that don't have that, they can't elaborate and talk about the dysfunction that they're dealing with because they're subject to be fired. When we do it, you may not like it, but I'm not lying.
You ain't lying.
So if I'm saying, how we gonna be on TV? You don't even sell out a darn home game. So who gonna want to film an empty stadium? They may not like it, but I ain't lying.
You ain't lying.
How can we have 60,000 people in a darn stadium? You talking about we sold out, and I checked the receipts, and we done sold 28,000 tickets.
Now that's in a Jackson State hat. Now you got all the energy in the world. You got all the energy in the world to talk about, oh, he need to do this, Jackson need to do this. He is in a Jackson State hat. He is in the Jackson State facility, literally telling you that you Bamas is lying. I'm confused. Make that make sense to me. Where was this energy when he was sitting in the lobby? He was sitting in the lobby with the J hat on, telling you that you were stealing. Did nobody have? I'll let it play.
Now y'all better find out who's stealing, because that affects my pocket. You may not like it, but I ain't lying.
You ain't lying.
So it's a lot of stuff like that, and it's more that goes on that we got to address. I've got several of the coaches on the Zoom call and say, let's talk about our biggest nemesis or detractors or.
Now it's just funny to me. Just real. Listen. Maybe I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but when he was wearing the J hat, he was still the coach sitting in the new locker room that had just been built, telling everybody in Pothole State that y'all was stealing. Nobody came out and said shit. Now he's in Colorado and everybody got something to say. Now, don't get me wrong. Jeff Lightsey, that's my guy, right? But it's just real convenient for me that when Deion was in the HBCU landscape, nobody had shit to say bad. Not a Ken Clark, not a Zoe, not a 14, 15, 1600, not a She Love Crazy, not a Doc Overbite, not a College Football Legion. Nobody had nothing to say bad. Not a Swag Luz, Buzz, Fuzz, nobody. I was the only one standing on business saying, you know what, that's effed up. That's effed up. That's effed up. That's effed up. This is wrong. This ain't right. Why y'all letting them say this? I was called a hater. I was called everything in the book. A clown, a hater, a sellout. I hated black people. I hated all of it. I was called everything in the book. But now that he is picked up and went to Colorado, now everybody talking crazy. All right. Call lines are open, 518-260. Oh, let me get this call line open. It's just funny to me. It's just like I said, it's just funny to me. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Call lines are open, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. Let me get these call lines opened up. It's just crazy to me that we a whole what 6, 7 months, we a whole year away from Coach Prime being gone, and for some way, somehow. Now listen, I'll give it to Fox News. Fox News has always been on the The thing with Fox News is this for me, right? Is that when you
There
had
is one other participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
when it comes to Fox News, right? When you've had your biggest growth in succession or whatever, based off what everything you did was with Prime, I understand why Fox News keeps putting out article after article after article after article about Coach Prime and how it's connected and how it's blended and how is this and how is that, right? It's just real funny to me. So I get why Fox News does it. But to me, I don't understand why people that didn't say nothing, absolutely nothing, when he was in the space, have all the nerve and the gumption and the strength to talk now that the man is gone. It just blows my mind. Everybody got something to say, but they couldn't say none of that when he was at Tahoe State University. That's just crazy to me. Roy, coming to you.
What up, Scotty?
What's up?
Hey, man, what's up? What's up? All this stuff about my Aggies, man. What's going on?
Man, y'all suck, man. That's what's going on. Y'all absolutely are atrocious to watch.
Oh. All right. I agree with you 100%. Man, and this offense, passing offense, man, we are all like in shock. I just don't understand what's going on over there. That said, we already know we are light on the defensive side, especially defensive line. And frankly, I heard you say we should run something different. We really don't have weight to do anything. 4-3, 4-2-6, or whatever it is, or 3-4. We are really, really light. And frankly, our administration came to Charlotte and they told us that. Hey, we know we light. We got to get some recruits in here. We just got here. So we are working on building up our defensive line, because that's the big issue we have. Matter of fact, since we know our defensive line is light, we were banking on we're going to run offense, be able to pass the ball, especially be able to run the ball and keep our defense off the field. But no passing offense. I don't know what to say. And then the last thing is our coach is not in trouble because our administration knows we light, he's new, and we're in a much tougher conference. So he got some more time. I would say at least 2 years in this 4-year contract.
Well, I think somebody said he got a 6-year contract, but my thing is this.
It is.
Yeah. So
it is 6,
I'm not saying, you can't realistically fire him. First of all, y'all don't got the money to do a buyout or nothing like that. My thing is this. Even the thing with a 3-4 is that nose guard, that over the center guy has to be like that. If you go 4-2-5, you can be a lighter you can be light in the front. You just got to have quick guys, right? So, but the reason why you should go 4-2-5 is because now your linebackers can play more freely. But when you go a 3-4 and them guards go directly up to those linebackers, it makes it that much more easier for them to run the ball on you, because it don't take much. Because if that nose tackle can't get off, we running all day on you. So that's why I say you need to go to a 4-2-5 just to cover up the guards. So the guards have to at least block somebody other than the linebackers going straight. You get what I'm saying? Going straight up the field. That's why you need to go to a 4-2-5 just to help out your linebackers so you don't get ran through all the time. But even if you're light, because there's a lot of schools that they can't get no 6'2", 300-pound D tackle or 290. But if you got a 260 or 270 guy that can move, he can play tackle, and you just teach him. Instead of you getting blown off the ball, go down on a knee, take the block, and let the linebackers feel. So that's just my little 2 cents.
So, you know what? I don't have a problem with the 4-2 or four-man front will probably be better. But I'm not in coach's head, right?
Yeah.
But I tend to think what he's doing is he's teaching the kids that we have right now to be able to play this 3-4. Now, we do have a 6'4", 285 kid, but he's young. He's a redshirt freshman. He's just now starting to play, and I'm not seeing him get very much push yet. So, it might, like I said, it might be that, you know what, here's the program I want to run, and I'm going to teach my kids now how to do it so that in the future, hopefully as quick as we can this year, and maybe next year, they'll be experienced at running this defense, and then I can bring in that that nose tackle that we need. I don't know if you know, but we actually had one. He transferred to Boston College. 6 foot, 315. And he's out now because he got hurt, out for the season. But we had that guy. And then we had our 290 guy transferred to North Carolina Central. So, you know, I think like he's saying, we're looking to the future. We're building this thing. And we, on the inside, supporters for sure, know what's going on. But a lot of fans don't really recognize that kind of stuff. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. And I will tell you, I can't remember the last time I was going into a Norfolk game wondering if we were going to win or not. Oh, my God.
How the tables have turned. How the tables have turned.
Yeah, now we get a passing offense, you know, 150 yards, we'll be a whole different team. And hopefully it happens this weekend against Norfolk.
I'll tell you this,
man, I don't know.
It doesn't, to me, I'm gonna be a whole buck with you. If he comes into this game knowing how Norfolk State likes to run the ball and you don't go to a 4-2-5, that you're not giving your team the best chance to win. That's just my personal opinion. You can't. If you're going to a Norfolk State game and you know they're going to run the ball, like that is Odom's, that's his cup of tea. And you don't go to a 4-2-5 to help your defense out, because really what you should do, go to a 4-2-5, bring her extra safety down in the box, make him a linebacker. So now you have 7 against 5 or 7 against 6. You get what I'm saying? So now you can play with that extra number. But if he doesn't do that and he goes 3-4 and he just lets those linebackers, I'm telling you, it's going to be a long day for y'all. It's going to be a super, super long day for y'all.
Yeah, you know, on the other side, they got a porous run defense too. I understand they got 6 kids on their defensive side that are under 200 pounds. So I think I agree with you. Maybe we need to do what we need to do for this game, you know, and set up our strategy so we can win and stop this running game. But at the same time, they're going to have to stop out. And so we'll see how it all goes.
All right, we'll see, man. I'm going to be locked into that one. That's going to be a good one. Appreciate the call, Larry. I mean, AT Roy, my bad. That's what I mean, AT Roy. 0798, Mr. Sergeant, I see you. In 4843, I see y'all. 0798 coming to you.
What's up, man? Scotty, this is your boy Eli, bro.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Hey, man, I just got one question, bro. It might be a little off topic, but hey, why didn't Coach Prime, you know, when Coach Prime went to Jackson State, they made them switch to Under Armour. Why when he went to Colorado, they kept Nike? I'm confused on that, bro.
Because he don't have listen. Colorado was like, you ain't making us change. Listen, man, when it's a mindset thing. When you walk into a job and they worship you, and then you walk into a job and you're an employee, it's 2 different mindsets. It is 2 different mindsets. So Colorado's like, we love our thing with Nike. We love our sponsorship, right? And then with Deion, with Jackson's like, you know, Nike's okay. But whatever you want, Deion, whatever makes you happy, Deion. So that's what you get. You get what I'm saying? So it's not anything wrong with that, but that's just what it was. But Deion wasn't gonna bring that to Colorado. Colorado wasn't going for that.
Yeah. Hey, one last thing before I hop out, bro. I'm going to the State Fair Classic this weekend. You gonna be there?
Nah, man. Nope, not gonna be there. I'm gonna be there in Spear, rooting for Grambling though.
For sure, me too, bro. Hey, love yourself, bro. Love you, fam. Be safe, bro.
Hey, appreciate it, Eli, man. Appreciate the call. 48. I'm going to Mr. Sergeant. Mr. Sergeant be working. What's up, Mr. Sergeant? Coming to you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Still trying to get over this sore throat. Real quick, just a couple of things I want to say. One, thank you for having this kind of near the end of the workday. I can get off a little bit and check in. The first question I have, and this is more, I guess, administrative, would it be possible for you to have CC, closed caption, so I can click that, put you on silent, but just, you know, read all the words? That's just something for me. That way, while I'm at work, you know, my phone ain't blowing up and, you know, people laughing like, man, what is he listening to? But anyway, that's just an ask. If that's a cost, if that's a cost, man.
I don't know. I thought YouTube did it. I thought YouTube did it by, like, if you go to the YouTube video and push closed caption at the bottom, I thought it automatically did it. But maybe it might do it on the replay. I don't know if it would do it. Yeah. But yeah, they saying you can click on closed caption. Yeah.
All right, I'll experiment at home with my phone and with the PC and with my tablet, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. The other thing is, to the A&T people, I don't know why y'all got rid of that last coach. He was great. His video is still viral. You know, y'all go tell them to bring me my check. I mean, I don't know why they got rid of that coach. Money. That was the coach to beat.
Yes, I think it was Sam Washington. I think that's his name.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's still a great video out there. Sometimes that comes into my stream, and I don't even have NCAT ever. I've never searched for NCAT on my phone, but that comes in there. One more thing is this about the FAMU strikes again. How can I put it? I'm gonna. You should have a spot on your show called Senior and merge it with the word Armageddon, because we got so many seniors on our team at FAMU. I just can't believe. I mean, I can believe we can offer scholarships because 20, 30, 40 people are going to be leaving next year. I mean, it's going to be really bad for FAMU. I mean, we got talent, but they're going to be young next year. I was just counting the numbers on just the offense. Unless people go into their graduate or, postgraduate studies, we about to lose a lot of people. But anyway, just want to throw that at you. I'm going to get some cough medicine, brother. Love your show as always. Peace.
All right, Mr. Sergeant. Appreciate it. No, listen, that's what happened when you build programs, right? That's what happened when you build a program. They matriculate, right? That's what happens. They matriculate through the process, and they're seniors or grads, and they move on, and you have to replace that talent. That is that's what happens when you build programs. But the transfer portal allows you to go get some. That's the beauty of the transfer portal. The transfer portal allows you to go get those aged guys who are sophomores, who are juniors that been in the program maybe 1 or 2 years, or had a red shirt. They've got a college body on them, no homo. Right. And you can matriculate them into your system, and now you work that new program. So as much as losing seniors hurts, it's actually not too bad of a hindrance if you can get some quality talent at the transfer portal. Now, if you sharpen at Marshalls like JSU, you know what I'm saying? If you sharpen at Marshalls or Rainbow like JSU, and you got the #1 FCS recruiting class, and your offense is looking like who done it and why, then it's not in your best benefit. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about where you're shopping at. You know what I'm saying? Are you at Neiman Marcus, or are you at TJ Maxx? You know what I'm saying? You at Lord and Taylor? You at Bloomingdale's? You at Louis, Gucci? Or are you shopping at, you know what I'm saying, Fab Five? You know what I'm saying? Roses. If you're in Dallas, you in Roses. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. That's the Hispanic Ross. If you in Dallas, you know what I'm talking about. It's called Roses. Right? So just where you shopping at. 4843 coming to you.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling
from? Michael calling from Charlotte.
Talk to me, man.
Bro, when it comes to them JSU fans, they got selective.
Boy, selective ain't even a word. They just out here forgetting.
Because they know they in trouble, because they look at the team prom, then they look at their team now. They know that the next 2 years it's gonna be tough sledding for them.
Tough. Listen. It already gotten so bad. No disrespect to the young lady, they ain't even got no kicker. Like they had like 3 kickers on staff with Dion. Now they got a girl who had like 3 torn ACL. She was playing on a torn ACL all of soccer. And they like, hey, if you want to just come out here and kick for us, we really appreciate it. Like, that's how bad it's gotten. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's crazy.
They know they in trouble for the next 2 years, because they know, like, Gremlin with Miles Crawley, like, Gremlin is on the come up. They found him a better defensive coordinator. Like, Gremlin is really gonna be a problem.
It's tough, man. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to talk about it more when Mike come on at 8 o'clock talking about, all the stuff that's going on with Powell State. But, Man, I'm telling you, it ain't looking too pretty, man. Listen, it ain't looking too pretty. That's all I'm gonna say.
And as far as the Dion thing with that whole Kamani McClain situation, like you gotta understand. Prime said he an old school coach. If you're not watching film, like you're not gonna be playing. But judging from all the passing yards they giving up, like who in the back defensive backfield is watching film? Because USC, like I think that's just gonna be a bloodbath.
It is. No, I agree. Well, I don't think it's gonna be a bloodbath. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be a glorified shootout. Hey man, appreciate the call though. Listen, man, Hezekiah, why are you up here dropping Trump facts? You out here just dropping Trump alternative facts. We got the first MEAC win for the SWAC in how long? FAMU beat South Carolina State last year. I was at the game. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You just out here making stuff up. Oh man, look, just like a Ohio State fan. Oh, we got the first MEAC win in how long? What are you talking about? I was at the game. Me and Kofi did a post-game show outside of FAMU beating South Carolina State. What are you talking about? And you still lost in both Celebration Bowls. So you didn't even beat a MEAC team when it counted. What are you talking about? What? Y'all see what I'm dealing with? Do y'all see what I'm dealing with when it comes to the alternative facts that Bama's be bringing up? We the first one to beat the MEAC. You ain't even beat them when it counted. You didn't even beat them when it counted. In the biggest game of the year, you dropped the ball. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. I don't get it, man. Didn't Alabama A&M beat South Carolina State? Didn't Alabama A&M beat South Carolina State with I think when they had a kill glass, they played South Carolina. What is he talking about, man? Just out here just wilding, just lying for no reason. Just trying to make a point. You know, we the first one to be the FBS program. Like you're lying again. You're just out here lying for what? Lies. And then you finally beat a South Carolina State team. It is like the worst team in the last 3 years. You just keep it going. Just keep it going, please. Just keep showing the lies. What's up, N.O. Joe?
Okay, first of all, I'm rooting for Jackson State. But this Coach Prime Jackson State thing, it reminds me of a girl that you date. You know what I mean? Y'all doing all kind of crooked stuff, bad stuff together. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing wrong. As soon as you break up with her, now you the worst thing in the world. That's what reminds me of. Deion is doing basically the same thing he did at Jackson State. From the talking to the players, everything the same. Everything the same. So it wasn't a problem then, so why is it a problem now? That's all I got to say. I'm gone.
Hey, appreciate the call, N.O. Joe. And listen, I'm gonna keep riding with N.O. Joe in this. You know, I agree. It reminds me, this is what it really reminds me of. And stay with me here, right? All my fellas gonna understand this. It reminds me when you're talking to a girl, right? You've been dating this chick, like he said, you've been dating this chick, ain't nothing going wrong, da-da-da-da. You break up with the chick, now your dick little. Nah, you know, your head was trash. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really have money. You ain't like my car. You know what I'm saying? My house was none of those none of those issues. My dick wasn't little when you was with me. It wasn't little when my hair wasn't trash when you was. Now I ain't with you. Now everything bad. I ain't got no money. I'm broke. I'm a broke ninja. Like I'm all these bad things, right? And it's the same thing for a female, right? Like if it was flip, it'd be like, oh, her stuff stank. She ain't this. She couldn't even cook. But that wasn't a problem when you were dating her. When you was dating her, oh man, I don't need you to cook, babe. We'll go to Wendy's. We'll go to Chick-fil-A, wherever you want, babe. That was never a problem. But now you're not with her. Now she didn't even cook. She didn't even know how to clean. Didn't even want to wash clothes. You know what I'm saying? Left a bra everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it feels like. I 100% agree with you, N.O. Joe. That's exactly what it feels like. All right, 6443 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hi. So I'm just calling because I just have one comment. So when people say, oh, when they hire a new coach or they hire a new celebrity coach and they're like, so say for instance, you have a team that was losing before and they hire a coach or a coach and they be like, we're going to hire them to whatever. And they get the coach and the coach ends up losing. It's like, how are you really taking a risk if you were losing before? So say for instance, if you had a good season and a good run and you were winning and something happened with that coach and that you hire a new coach and they start losing, then that would be taking a risk. But if you are already a losing team and you go and hire a coach and they still lose, that's not really taking a risk because you were losing before. So it's like, what's really that's my only thing. That's my only thing. I'm going. Bye.
Bye. Listen, she ain't lying. I feel like Dion. She ain't lying. You was already losing. Ain't really much of a risk if you was already losing. You ain't got nothing else to look up but up. It's a good point. It's a solid point by a young lady. Appreciate the call. Wish I would have got your name. 9317 coming to you. Hey, call you live.
Hey, Script, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, bro. I'm gonna start off with the first person. So the girl who was just on the line, didn't she just say, how is it a risk? Okay, so if we hired Prime and Prime started losing, wouldn't everybody be laughing at us? Wouldn't you be laughing at us?
I would.
Okay, now
go
on top of that, hold on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You gotta tell people your name because you never call in.
Oh no, this is me. This is Hezekiah Williams.
I just want you gotta let people know who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm for the smoke. So it's Hezekiah this in the chat, Hezekiah this on Twitter, Hezekiah this on Instagram, straight across the board. So hey, I'm gonna throw this your way, Script. Hey, aren't you the original primate? Ain't talking about everybody else?
I am.
And then everybody, the whole coach that moved to Colorado. Hey, on top of all of that, you talking about Jackson State, and you were the original Jackson State fan? Come on, bruh.
Hezekiah, but the thing about it, and I've admitted that the thing about it, Hezekiah, I've already said that you're not saying anything. I don't see the difference between me and a Pajot State fan is I don't wake up and just blank out with amnesia of what I've been saying. I've said I was driving the bus first, but then I didn't like the stops that this bus was taking, so I got off the bus. Did you not? I've always said that.
Okay. With that being said, so since you were driving the bus, how can you criticize people that were riding the bus?
Because I'm like, how? Whoa! Wait a minute. The reason I can do that. Wait a minute. The reason why I can do that is this. Because once I step off the bus and I start trying to, I'm showing y'all. If I was the one originally on the bus, driving the bus, put that mug in drive, and now I'm not driving it no more, and I'm showing you why I'm not driving it anymore. It is your choice. It's free will, like everything else. It's your choice to get on and get off the bus. But to be oblivious to it, that's what y'all did. Y'all were just oblivious to it and saying, no, Scotty, you're a hater. You don't like them. You're hating. You're this, you're that. And now my issue is this, Hezekiah. You can now go completely 180 and now start dogging the man that y'all was just on the bus 2 years ago protecting everything he was saying.
Okay, for everything that was just said. Now, I heard everything you just said. Now you gonna listen to me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now, everything that I've said on Twitter, what wasn't factual?
The fact that you just listen.
I'll wait.
I just brought you. Keep in mind, Dion could correct this at any time. Now, and what did I say to you back? I said, now why would you think Dion would correct this when nobody corrected him when he was at Jackson and said y'all was stealing money?
Who says that? No. Hold up, Script. No. How do you say nobody corrected him when he went to social media and said he didn't like the solutions that people said? No, he went to people behind the scenes. He didn't like the responses he got, and he went to social media, and y'all believed him. And then the university hasn't spoken out. He hasn't spoken out. University stayed consistent. He stayed consistent. Who's lying? Now, the articles have come out, debunked them, and y'all still standing with him. That's what's so surprising to me. That's what's so surprising.
Hezekiah.
Still put up an old video of him at Jackson State, and then all these articles have debunked him about ticket sales.
Hezekiah.
Lying about, bro.
You can't have it both ways, my boy. And let me
I'm literally having it both ways.
No, you can't. No, listen, you can't have it both ways because listen. When everybody came out and debunked Deion about the stuff that happened at Grambling, was there an apology that was given? That's a yes or no question.
Not from him. From the university. Hold up now. The university did acknowledge it. It wasn't an apology from him. Be clear about that.
So what I'm saying, and then were there not people taking up? Listen. Just like you said, there was people that ran with his narrative about stealing money. Were there not the same people that ran with the narrative about people leaving Grambling early? Was that not the same? Are they both not one and the same?
Dude, that is. Hold up, Script. You're gonna equivocate people leaving the game early because of one, the heat that people did acknowledge from Jackson State, and then two, because they were losing by how much? To a whole narrative that a city, bro. You're like, come on, man.
That has nothing. No. Wait. No. I want to be very clear because you in your tweet. I'm gonna keep referring back to your tweet. You said Deion could correct that narrative. Deion's not the one that said the. Hold on. Deion's not the one that said the narrative that you was talking about. The video was Keyshawn Johnson. Right? Let's be clear about that. I'm comparing apples to apples. You said people ran with the narrative from Deion that they were stealing, that Jackson was stealing money, and people ran with that narrative, right? I'm giving you the same thing back to you. He came out in the post game and said, it's real funny to me how people want to leave early in the game and don't want to stay because their team is getting beat. When everybody from Grambling was saying, yo, they were having heat strokes. People were falling out, and Jackson didn't have enough water to facilitate for people. There were people that ran with Deion's narrative, and even when articles, just like you said, came out and debunked it, nobody came out and said Deion never apologized for that. So once again, why do you think that Deion should come out and say a narrative and change that narrative when he has never done so on both sides of the fence? That is my argument.
All right, number one. There was an article that was released from the university that said, bring your own water. Did Grambling do that? Absolutely not. They said, bring umbrellas. They didn't do that. They knew they were on a sunny side of the stadium when they walked in. They walked out knowing that they were losing and knowing that they were on the sunny side. They came and left knowing both facts. Let's not deny that. That Deion also, as he left, blamed the university for stealing money from ticket sales. Didn't he say that? Am I lying?
It wasn't as he left. He was still coaching Jackson State at this interview with EYL. He was still coaching the University of Jackson State. So miss me with on his way out because he was still coaching the school. So what are we talking about?
Okay. Now when he was coaching, hold up. So you're gonna sit there and tell me the AD didn't speak out about that? You didn't tell me the actual school, the president who has since left was since been removed from power, not because of embezzlement like people want to think it was. It was over some stupid stuff, fooling around with the war room and knowing he's married. So the president, he wasn't the one that came out and said, no, it's not. No, it wasn't. What he said, he didn't say that.
What I'm saying to you is that I don't know that. I don't know that aspect. I've never heard the university come out against Deion about stealing the money. I didn't hear AD Robinson come out. AD Robinson did not make a public statement. AD Robinson did not make a public statement about them not stealing money. Point blank, period. That never happened. That never happened. I know that for a fact. He never came out and blatantly went against Deion. That has never happened. Never.
Okay. Now, so with everything that was just said, with everything you just said, now that he left, and now that we are speaking about it, are we wrong?
I don't know what you're right about. What my whole thing is this. This is my thing. Hezekiah, this is my issue. My issue is none of y'all kept the same energy when he was at Jackson. That is my issue.
I did. Bro, House Divided doesn't stand. We won championships. He didn't win a Celebration Bowl. We haven't denied that since he left. And then now that he left, he let these false narratives that he created run. between ticket sales, between stealing money, between the president getting fired because he stole money, between what people didn't support him in the city when he ate at people's houses. Are you kidding me? Bro, he ate it. Listen to me. And people say that Jackson State fans are emotional. How is it that everybody gets to talk about Jackson State and we don't get to respond back?
I never said you couldn't. That's never been my argument.
No, but we're crying. No. Hold up. But we're crying. We are crying. We're emotional when we reply back. We're not responding back with facts. It's never that, huh?
I don't, because the fact of the matter is that you guys don't ever want to acknowledge what you let slide. That is my issue. That is my only issue. All the stuff that you was oblivious to, all the stuff that y'all don't ever want to bring up. And I'm talking about, the issue, because there's multiple issues. It's not, listen, Hezekiah, everything doesn't fall on you. So I know you're speaking up for yourself. I get that, right? You're speaking up for your tweet and yourself. But there's also incidences in the She Loves Crazy where she's talking about how he came at a player. Did he not do that at Jackson? That's my point. It was not an issue. It wasn't an issue when he was doing it at Jackson. But now that he's with Colorado, now it's, why is he bashing a player publicly?
Dude, she's been consistent from the very beginning. You just hearing her voice now that he loves. Dude, she went on your platform and spoke. Come on now, dude.
Tamona had never came on my platform and went against Dion. That's a lie. Hezekiah, you're lying. She has never, Tamona has never came on my platform and went against Dion. You're lying. You're lying.
I said she came on your okay, bet.
Find it. Find the clip. Find the clip. Find it.
Bro, I'm not gonna go through yours.
Because you lied. She has never came on my platform and went against Dion. You lying.
I said no. Listen to what I said. She's been consistent from the very beginning. Her voice got louder than he left. He was on your page. She was on your page going back and forth with you.
About what? About what? About what? About what?
About everything that you denied about Jackson State that's been consistent from us supporting our school. You talk about attendance all the time. Y'all pride yourself on attendance, bro. We were that before Dion. Hall of Fame.
I'm not talking. You see how y'all like to swivel out of it. I'm not talking about attendance and all that. What I'm saying to you is, the fact of the matter is y'all was irrelevant. That was my point. You were irrelevant before prom. You might have had the top attendance, but ain't nobody Googling Jackson State to see y'all on YouTube or see y'all football games. You were irrelevant. You was irrelevant. And exactly, he's doing the same thing. I agree with you. I'm not oblivious enough to tell you that that's true. You're absolutely right. I didn't give two shits about Colorado until Dion right there. And it's the same thing about Jackson. It's the same thing about Jackson. So my point is this. Tamona has never came on my platform before She Loves Crazy to dispute anything Dion has said. That is what I'm talking to you. Is that a yes or a no?
Bro, that's the only,
Is that a yes or a no? Tamona has never came on my platform and said, "Oh, I disagree with Dion." She has never said that on my platform. That's a yes or no.
I said no. That's a no.
Okay, then. That's the premise we're going with.
No, that's a no. I said she's been consistent from the very beginning about her stance with Jackson State.
I agree with you. Oh, if you're talking about listen, I will give you that. I will give you that if you're just talking about her believing in her school and loving Jackson State. I give you that. But you didn't love Jackson. Hold up. You didn't love Jackson State enough. She did not love Jackson State enough to condemn if Dion did something wrong. That is my issue with y'all Bamas.
Okay, I did. Okay, hold up. Since you're so quick to say we didn't, is there anybody that did? Answer that question.
Not many of the people that I've seen. I mean, because I was just calling a hater.
Then how can you effectively say, and how can you so loudly say nobody did when you don't know?
Because I know it was more than the ones that did. I'll tell you that. I know it's a lot more. Oh no! Since we want to go there, let's play the number game. I know it was a lot more people that didn't than did. So I know that's a fact. You ain't got to say shit about that. That's a fact.
Got it.
I know there was more people that went with Dion's foolishness than people that did not. Can you even agree to that?
don't misinterpret Jackson State supporting Jackson State versus Jackson State supporting.
It is the same.
You said
it is the same.
You said the Colts went to Colorado. You said that.
Oh my gosh. It is the same, bro. It is the same. Listen, I have talked to alums that are just as vigor about Jackson State as much as you. And they would say, oh, well, we got to ride with our coach. That's what they were telling me. That's what they were telling me. Oh, I got to ride with my coach. And I'm like, yo, if he was in the wrong, say he was in the wrong. But don't just blindly lead. Don't just blindly follow Deion. And that's what a lot of people did. They just blindly follow where he led.
No, they were just quiet about it.
Okay.
Now that he's out, we can say, nah, that wasn't right, and I stand by it wasn't right.
Okay.
It was just in-house conversation. You know that happens in black house.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
You know that because you've been doing it.
I don't know.
You say things behind the scenes, and now it got louder because you're like, oh, I'm on the bandwagon now. You said it. You said it.
Listen, but all my stuff has been out in front. Everything I do is on wax, so anything anybody can ever hold up. See the difference? So hold on. No, we're not going to do this. The difference between me and a Jackson State fan is that everything that I've said, it is posted, it is recorded, and you can go back and listen to it. So you can start from you can start from my beginning journey when I was a Jackson State fan, and you can see my matriculation of how I got off the bandwagon, why I got off the bandwagon, and all the things that I pointed out about Deion along the way. See, a lot of Jackson State fans, what they can do is they can sit in the cut, ride with Deion and all his foolishness, and then now that he's gone to Colorado, oh yeah, I ain't never liked when he did that. Oh, I ain't never liked when he did that, but you didn't say nothing when he was here. No, but I just never approved of it.
I've been here. Myself. I ain't deleted not one tweet, did I?
I ain't go through all your tweets. I'm gonna just be real. I ain't gonna do all your tweets.
I ain't deleted not one thing. No, I ain't deleted not one thing, bro. I still with my coach when he was here. Now I saw how he did grandmamas, mamas. Now, bro, I ain't gonna stand with that. Come on now. I'm gonna be consistent. Dude, he actually ate at people's houses, then he left in the middle of the night. You had news channels that were against Jackson State that said, nah, what he's saying isn't right. Come on, man. You have whole news channels that wouldn't support Jackson State and said, no, that's too blatant. No, that's too untrue. No, that's too inconsistent. That's too non-factual. We can't stand by that.
I'll tell you this. How about let me ask you this question, Hezekiah. Were the platforms outside of your local news reports, right? Outside of your local news reports, because we know the Clarion, because y'all are real finicky about the Clarion Ledger when y'all want to rock with it, when y'all don't want it. Yeah, let's say that. So what I'm asking you is very simply this: the platforms on YouTube that had a voice, were they the ones condemning Prime on any of these issues? That is a yes or no question.
No, you asked the wrong question, because that's how they began, just like you. So as you began, first of all, theirs was centered around football. Yours is centered around beef.
That is not true, man. Come on, Hezekiah. You out here just lying, bro. Now you out here just lying, bro.
I'm lying now?
You're out here just lying. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, everybody has some type of, in fact, it might have started off as sports, but when you get infused in it, it becomes a cultural thing. Now you're just a part of the culture. Come on, bro. Now you just out here. Half the people in the space that do JSU content were alums.
Exactly. Just like you were. Dude,
come on,
listen
man.
Now.
This is ridiculous.
Everybody has their own gimmick.
Come on, bro.
HBCU Overdrive.
Come on, bro.
Simona.
Come on, bro. This is ridiculous.
KC1400, who are boosters, who everybody said how we didn't have, how the community didn't support it. All this stuff. At 100 G, we just got 100 G's. Bro, come on, like all this stuff that you're talking about. All this stuff that you said we didn't do. But you're not talking about what we did do.
Listen, I don't care. That wasn't my argument. That argument was not that. My argument and my initial argument was y'all didn't keep the same energy. And I'm going to stand by that, regardless of what you say or how you feel about it, because you were the only, I stood on my stuff. But I'm like, what about all the people? I'm like, what about all the people? Because I brought your tweet up because your tweet is the definition of what I'm talking about when it comes to Jackson State fans, right? That you're like, why can't we get? I'm like, yo, I would just love for you to keep that same energy when Deion was in the space. That's my issue. But the major voices, the major voices that were pushing Jackson State narrative did not keep the same energy, and they can miss me with that because now you know the issue. No. See, this is where my problem is. This is my problem, Hezekiah. Is that this is my issue? Is that now they feel it's okay to talk bad about Prime, but before they could never say anything. So if you're telling me, oh, you're bye, Hezekiah, you're bugging out.
No. It's okay to talk about Prime now. He's been lying on the community now, bro. From when he first started lying to now that he's gotten blatant.
Come on, bro. He was lying. He was lying when he was at Jackson, but they didn't keep the same energy. He was lying at Jackson, and they didn't keep the same energy. Now he's not in the space. Now everybody want to come at Prime and say, "Oh, he didn't do this and he didn't do that." But when he was in the space, nobody said anything about it. Come on, Hezekiah, you bugging, bro. You're absolutely bugging. Hey, what's up, Gibson? You live?
What's up, Scotty?
What's up, man?
Everybody need to calm down. So, this is all I got to say about that issue with you and Hezekiah. So, yeah, we can say we not keeping the same energy, right? But what HBCU know then had a Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, come to their school? Nobody. So, with that being said, if somebody as significant as him comes in a space like ours, the HBCU space, we really want to do everything in our powers to keep them there. Plus, we win into. We don't want to do nothing to jeopardize that. So we're going to keep issues in-house, no matter what he says in the public. We can have people, man, it's plenty of people that disagree with a lot of stuff that he said, but they weren't going to say nothing about it because we winning. And he changing things. He changing the culture. We excelling.
So essentially, so what you're saying to me is this: wins. Hold on. What you're telling me is wins over values. That's what you're telling me. Wins over values.
No, I'm saying values over wins. Really?
No, you couldn't have. You couldn't have. If you just said that, if you just literally said we winning, he changing this, he changing that, we not gonna say nothing. You're telling me it's wins over values.
No, you saying we're not saying that. What I just said was people were saying things, but it wasn't out like he was saying it. So to make it all right, to bring it out some more for you to understand, it's just like you're in an argument, somebody arguing with you in public. But you saying, nah, man, let's come over here, not in front of everybody. Let's talk about this in private. That's basically what I'm saying. Now, all right, if y'all ain't friends no more, you might go tell another friend what happened, or you might come out then. But when it's going on, you thinking about it, and you like, nah, I don't want to do this in public because we value you. You know what I'm saying? I value you.
So
your friendship.
So you're saying, okay, but think about it like this. If somebody called you out publicly, right? Put your business out there or lied about you publicly,
right?
You would say, right. If this is what you would say to that person, man, I value your friendship enough to do it behind closed doors. Why you gonna do me like that? And not just once, not just twice, a few times. So at some point you're showing me you don't value me as much as I value you. If you're going to consistently keep embarrassing me.
You got a point right there, yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to consistently keep embarrassing me, because you should value me as much as I value you, to say, listen, let's handle this behind closed doors. Or somebody was trying to handle it behind closed doors. It wasn't happening fast enough. And then it gets
the president.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And now I gotta go public. Now I gotta go public to put a fire under your ass. Something's gotta give. But to me, the issue that I have right here in the sense of is like, it's crazy to me how now people want to act like Jackson State is the victim, and they were like, oh, he said this and that to us. When I'm like, you had none of that energy when he was there. None of it. And go ahead.
That's gonna happen, Scotty. You ain't got no fight in. And you ain't got no fight in this, so you gonna you can switch sides or you can jump off the bus. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'll tell you this. This is me. I would never see. This is the problem. This is what I see. It's a problem. I would never pick my morals over a person. Like if I see come on, bro. No,
okay,
listen.
go ahead.
I don't care about a football enough. I don't care about wins at a football game enough to overshadow my values. So if I was a graduate of Jackson State, there's no way I would have been like, "Are you serious?" Like I would have been like, if for all
that's
Jackson,
like a once in a lifetime or
no, man. See y'all. That's that. Y'all have a warped mentality that to me that
I understand. No, I understand what you're saying. I totally understand. I'm just saying
that's just not how I rock, right? And I would have been okay. I would have been okay with the guy on the outside to be like, oh, this Jack State alum ain't with the. I'm not with the crew because I don't. That's not how I rock. If something bothers me morally, right? It doesn't matter if you're winning football games. It is a moral issue that I can't rock with you no more. It just that's just how I get down. And there's no overlooking that because you win football games. That is dumb. That's like, okay, let me give you a good example. Perfect example.
Not only football, Scotty. Come on. It wasn't only about football.
I mean, but think about, to me, it's like this. How much money can somebody give you to overturn your morals? That's the question that's really what we're talking about with Jackson State. How much money did Deion bring to make you change your morals? Is it 10 million so you overlook it? Is it 20 million? Is it 30 million? Because clearly a lot of you did it, but now that he's gone and that money is not coming no more, now everybody want to act like, you know what I'm saying, they the lawyer or they're a detective or they know all this and that. And I want to say this, it bothers me because none of you had morals when it really counted and could stand on business. That's my issue. All the people who got something to say about Deion won't say it in his face. That is my issue.
I got you, but keep in mind, it is some of us out there that hadn't said anything about Deion, period, like me. It just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So don't group everybody in the same category. I think that's what Hezekiah was getting at too. So
listen, my mom always says if it's not about you, don't if it's not you, it's not you. If you feel like, yo, Scotty, I stood on business, then you don't have to do anything. Like if I know I'm a solid guy, I don't care when people say, Scotty, you a sellout. I know I'm solid. Because I know what I do for people, and I know what I've done. I'm solid. I'm good. And anybody who know I'm a solid dude. So I ain't tripping when somebody tell me, oh, Scotty, you a clown, you a sellout. I know who I am, so I ain't tripping off that. So, but I'm going to use Hezekiah's tweet because at the end of the day, this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. You're going to try to hold somebody accountable who's gone, but don't want to hold him accountable when he's at the institution. That don't make sense to me.
I got you. Well, that's all I got, man. I'll see y'all tonight, bro.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Pastor Vic, coming to you.
What's going on, Scotty, man? How you doing today, brother?
Listen, man, I'm always 100, man. I know it feels like I'm on, like I know it feels like I'm on 10, but I'm really at like an 8. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really at an 8 right now. When if I cuss, that's when I'm on 10. But if I'm not cussing, I'm at an 8. So I'm chilling. I wake up like this. I wake up like this. So I feel like Beyonce. I woke up like this. I woke up like I wake up like this. So it don't really faze me. That's what I do.
Listen, brother, you know you're going to be dealing with this talk for the rest of your life, bro, in this space, bro.
Facts.
You're going to be dealing with this Deion talk for the rest of your life. I'm just saying this. Deion gave Jackson State the upper room experience. He told them that he was going to leave and prepare a place for them. And he never came back. He gave them the upper room experience, so now they now got the power now. Still waiting on him to come do the work. He done gave them the tools to be successful. He done gave them avenues. He done gave them revenue. If they would have capitalized on it better, you know, they would have been in a better situation, which Deion did put them in a better situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they still in the upper room. They never left the upper room yet to do the work. Still crying. Still crying. Deion did this. Fix it, Deion. He all the way in Colorado. He done prepared a plate for you. He done laid out the foundation for you. He done gave you the blueprint. All you got to do is go and succeed in it.
Oh.
2 years from now, what Jack State's gonna say? They still crying after Deion. He left us. He left us. Deion fixed it like you said you would. Deion fixed it. TC couldn't do it. AD couldn't do it. Deion fixed it. No, he done did what he had to do. He done prepared a place for y'all. He done went up, took y'all up to a higher place, and be happy. You know, it's great to have Deion in this. I'm not gonna lie, Deion was a great addition to HBCU space. He really was in a lot of ways. You know, I hate the fact that the SWAC, number one, didn't capitalize on it better. Number two, their business wasn't better at all. You know, so now we in the same situation was when before Deion got there. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. You know, Jack State got to come out the upper room. Come on and do the work, Jack State. Do the work. Time to do the work, man. Got power. Do the work. Do the work.
Hey, go. What the book say, Pastor? You gotta go out and evangelize.
You gotta go out and win souls. You gotta go out there and do the work. You gotta go out there now. You gotta go win some games, win some championships, celebration bowls. Win that. Win that. I'm tired of hearing them talking about we just beat a MEAC team for the first time. Stop lying. Stop lying. Grambling was the only team that beat a MEAC team which mattered the most back in 2016 with DK, with Kincaid. That's the only team that can say something that they beat a MEAC team when it mattered the most. Other than that, it don't matter. It do not matter. So do the work, win the celebration bowls, and it'll be okay. That's all I got to say, man. Love you, brother.
Appreciate it, Pastor Vic. He said be fishes of celebration. Oh, man. Oh, man. Go out with them among you. Okay? Go out with them among you. That was funny. 8113 coming to you. That was funny. D, you stupid. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Scott? It's Tim from New Orleans, man. How you doing?
What's up, Tim? Talk to me.
Hey, man, how can you follow that, bro? That was funny as all know what, bro. It really was. But here's the questions. I have just a few quick questions, man. Do you think now, after all of this that goes on between Jackson State and Prime, should he ever have gone to Jackson State?
Yeah, they needed it. The HBCU community needed it. So I would never take that. I would never take the impact away of what Deion is and was in the HBCU space. See, look, the thing about it is, and I'm such a realist. Like I always said, two things can be true. Two things can be true, that Deion being in the HBCU space was the best thing that happened for HBCUs and getting a spotlight put on them that most people did not know. The thing that bothered me the most when people was like, everybody knows what an HBCU is, that is a damn lie. I know family that live in Texas that couldn't tell you where Prairie View is. They couldn't spell Prairie View. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. They couldn't tell you where Texas Southern was. They couldn't tell you where Southern is. So there is a light when Prime touches on. It's the same thing about Colorado. It's literally the same thing. People didn't know Boulder. What the hell's in Boulder? You know what I'm saying? So that's what he does, and that's who he is. So I do think it was a great thing for the HBCU space and community. And now that people have the understanding of you, now it is your job to go out and, like you said, go win some souls, right? Go out there and promote and bring people, go bring people back home. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think it was I think it was the best thing for Jackson. I think it was the best thing for HBCU space.
All right, here's the second question. Do you think when Deion got into the university and he really realized all the shortfalls of the school and how much tradition that school has? You know, HBCUs have a lot of traditions, right? But someone outside come in, look inside and see that things aren't right. And he tried to work with the administration and they didn't want to change their ways, right? Let's say they want to change their ways. He's giving them all this information that can make the school better. And it just you just concentrate on football. We're going to try and concentrate on school. He elevated the football program, and he didn't do anything else for the school because the school would tell you, "Hey, we've been doing this for 45 years, right?"
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out, between administration and Deion as a football coach that they hired. Why couldn't they work together, man? This is a force that this is so much a strong force that he come with the JSU to elevate the school. Why didn't it work? That's what I'm still trying to understand. Now, all the alumni, students, everybody else is so mad at each other. How come that this doesn't work with black coach with a black school that brought all the tradition and all the notoriety back? How did it fail?
I'll say this. One, you have to have a willing participant, right? And let me give you a perfect example. I've had companies come up to me and they said, hey, we like what you do, but we want you to do it in another space. Well, to me, y'all don't need that, and y'all don't need me in that space. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like they don't.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So to me, you have to have number one is you have to have a willing participant. So that means you needed Deion to say to whatever came his way to say, you know what, my mission to bring up HBCUs in Jackson State is bigger than whatever else you could bring me. So that one, you got to have a willing participant. So if he's not a willing participant, the rest of it is just that's just it ain't happening, right? Then two, the person that you're in partnership with has to be just as willing. So it's just so many variables, right? So now Jackson State has to be just as willing to commit to what Deion wants to do and change, right? From there. Now, and it goes down the line from there. So for me, I wouldn't say it failed. I just don't think it got to the level of what it could have been, right? Of the possibility, because it didn't really fail because Jackson got 2 championships out of it. Jackson got the notoriety. Now, the thing to me is, one, can you sustain the excitement? Can you sustain the eyes? How can you do that? And that part, I believe that HBCU, I'll say the SWAC and the leadership is going to fail at, because they're not innovative enough to think of ways to keep people engaged into the HBCU format. Now, alums and people who love football and got into the space, I think they're going to stay just to stay. But to keep people who kind of like peek in here and there and they like, I just want to check in, I don't think the commissioner nor the presidents are innovative enough to think outside the box and say, hey, what can we do to keep eyes on? What can we do to bring more people in? What can we do to keep playing off this notoriety? So I think that's where you have the difference. But at the end of the day, it starts with the willing participant. And I don't think, and this is my personal opinion, I don't think Deion's intention was ever to truly elevate Black college football to the level he preached about. I said it, I didn't say it from the beginning, but I said in middle case, it was an opportunity for his son to get the recognition he needed and then go where he wanted to go. That's my personal opinion.
I understand. Last point, I know you got to go. I'm sorry I didn't make it clear about the failure part, meaning the business between the school and Deion, because you and I both know Deion got way bigger than the school. Would you agree or not?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Deion bought he tapped in every resource he had to make Jackson State stand out to the world. And at the end of the day, what I'm keep hearing over and over again with everyone, alumni or whoever, they keep saying that Deion was doing so much that nobody said anything about. And now, how are we to believe that now, after the fact? Everybody can point the finger now after the fact. But like you said earlier, why wasn't this being brought up? If Deion was doing anything wrong to, what can I say, to make the school look bad or make I don't know, just overall something towards the school, why wasn't a stop put to it immediately?
Because
they can get in the head of the news, because once Deion make news, ain't nothing gonna look bad.
Okay,
everything gonna look bad except Deion.
Let me say this.
Right?
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. I need you to answer them. Is Deion bigger than Colorado?
Yes.
Okay. Colorado's not moving the same though, right? Deion's. You see, there's an infatuation for Deion because of who he is, but there's not an oblivious obsession to he can't do whatever he wants at Colorado. It is going to come in a parameter and box because there's checks and balances all in place to make sure everything goes well. Well, when you're in a HBCU space and everything is just like we worship you, Prom, then he can do whatever he wants and get whatever he wants. Now, there's going to be some pushback, but never to the extent of what, you know what I'm saying, of what it is at Colorado, because Colorado looking like, bro, I'm paying you millions. You know what I'm saying? Like, we paying you a pretty penny. Like, you better come correct. It's different. You know what I'm saying? We paying you $5-6 million a year. Like, you gonna do what we tell you to do. And at Jackson,
right,
it wasn't.
90 million, 90 million 3 years later.
But that's the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? Colorado has been. Right. Listen, Colorado sets them. I said this on numerous of platforms, and I appreciate the call. But I said this on numerous of platforms. Is that when I had a friend that does Auburn, I got another friend that does another Power 5, and I told him. He asked me. He said, "Scotty, if Deion comes to Auburn, what does that look like?" I said, "You won't even know what it is because I can't explain it." Like, I knew what it was. I saw what it was at HBCU. If Deion would have touched down in Auburn, you're talking Colorado to the 10th freaking degree. Right. It is on a SEC football, Auburn, Alabama. It's on a whole nother level. It's on a whole nother level. So you can't even compare the two. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was always a limitation to where he could go in HBCU because of just the eyeballs of how people look at HBCUs. People think the competition is inferior. But I always say this: when people want you, people will make it about you, right? It's like you're doing the NFL draft, right? If they like you, they'll tell you all the reasons why they like you. If they don't want you, they'll tell you all the reasons why they don't want to pick you. And it's the same thing in Power 5, right? Colorado ain't been shit in I don't know how long. But now that Deion's there, everything Colorado does is amazing. It's absolutely oh my God, right? It's just what it is. It's literally, if you take the same if you would have put Jackson State on Fox Big Noon, they could have drawn the same eyes if you promoted the same. If you put the same energy behind what they did with big college football, kickoff noon, all that crap, and you put it behind Jackson, at Jackson, they get 6 million, 7 million eyes watching them because of the sheer promotion. You see what I'm saying? So
I do. I just wonder what happened between the school and Deion. That's all.
We'll
thank
see.
you, bro.
No, man. Appreciate the call though. JB, coming to you. Hey, what's up, JB?
Hey, Scotty, how you doing, sir?
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Okay, bro, a couple things. Okay, first of all, with the slander coming out about the coach after he left, I could tell you that at BCU we did the exact same thing. When Brian Jenkins left to go to Alabama State, all of these quote-unquote stories started coming out and everything else. And about anger management, whatever. And so the first thing I said was, why didn't y'all say anything when he was here? Because we're winning games.
Facts.
Never got a straight answer. You know, so basically, people want to come up with stuff when they're no longer with you. They say, well, he's winning games. So I said, so if the anger management was an issue, why didn't you say anything about it then? Because they cared more about winning and how they looked versus actually the bad news. Now, let me get to this conversation we're having here right now. The reason why you have a lot of people upset about this right now.
The conference has been locked.
It's a combination of feelings, emotion, culture, and embarrassment. Here's where I'm going with this. If you go to any of those other schools, if Deion's at any other school, he is an employee of that school.
Facts.
Employee, period. Not an icon, not a cultural movement, an employee. The issue that we had when he was at Jackson is because Jackson got a lot of praise that they necessarily didn't have to earn. They were getting praise because of the fact that he was already there and that he was bringing attention to his school and whatnot. That Jackson didn't have to earn it, by the way. It was there because Deion was there just because he was there. But then you talked about something about uplift, Scotty. Our schools did not want uplift. They didn't want to be better. They wanted validation. Here's what I mean by that. The first thing someone talked about was the Southern Heritage Classic being moved. They don't talk about the fact that Swag Diddy signed that last Southern Heritage Classic contract before Deion got there.
Negative. That's not
They
true.
didn't move it because it was
That's
a
not.
better.
No, I can't let you do that. Ashley Robinson didn't sign that.
Okay, go ahead.
His name wasn't on that. I got the documents. His name wasn't on that.
Okay, my mistake then.
No, yeah. So it was the AD before him. No, you good. You good. Go ahead.
Gotcha. My bad. Okay, but okay. Well, the other part about it is though is the fact that like now we have people who are afraid that they're going to go back to what they were before Deion got there. It's like you're the guy in high school. You date the head cheerleader. You know that she's doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing, but you overlook her stuff because she's the cheerleader. You know that she has questionable characters, has a bunch of off-the-wall stuff, but you just wanted that fine girl on your arm, no matter what it was. What we're hearing from the coaches delegation now is hurt feelings about them maybe having to go back and actually having to work to get to what it was. Now, the previous caller talked about why things fell apart. You got to have business-minded people pulling the strings. They didn't have business-minded people because they wanted Deion to stay there and uplift them, and they don't have to do any of the heavy lifting to get to that promised land point. That's why people are so upset about why he left so soon. No, he didn't. He fulfilled his obligation, and he left. But when you have people who follow him like a cultural movement, we have people who follow him like he's the next great black leader instead of a football coach. You know, now it's like, oh my goodness, now we actually have to do our own recruiting again. Now the star power is not there anymore. Now we actually have to build stuff up. Because I think John Grant talked about this in space a few weeks back about our schools having to be relevant in the FCS level. Deion was the ultimate cheat code. We don't have to do that anymore. But now he's no longer there. Now it's like, oh crap, now I actually have to put in work now. And and deep down, a lot of us are not willing and able and ready to put in that work because it's going to require us to put in work that we don't want to do because, well, once again, Scotty, as we said before in your show several times, we aren't sports fans. We're cultural fans.
That's fair. But hey, no, I appreciate the call though, JB. 34-53. That was a great example though by the Bethune-Cookman coach. 34-53 coming to you. And then 74-33, then I'm out of here.
Scotty, what's up, baby? This is your boy Lil. How you doing, big time?
What's up, Mr. Bugs? Talk to me.
Man, I gotta begin this whole thing, man. So you're talking about Deion, brother, man. I got one question to ask you, man. Where the money going down when it comes to shit, brother? Where the money going? Where the funds going, bro? I saw the video, man. I just said, man, I still hadn't got the answer to the question is where has that money from the ticket sales went? Don't know what's going on with the funds. So we need to find them funds.
Well, I'll tell you.
Somebody was lying deprived.
I'll tell you this. They don't got to worry about the 60,000 ticket sales because they ain't getting that no more. That's all it is. They ain't got to worry about it because they ain't getting it no more. So,
hey, Scotty, how many fans was at Paho State's first home game this year? How many fans was there?
Something like, I think it was like 24, 25,000, something like that. Maybe 28, you know. So, I don't know.
So it wasn't 60?
No, it wasn't close to 60. Woo! No, it wasn't close to 60.
It was nowhere? None at all?
Not even close to it.
Oh.
Not even close to it.
So,
not even close.
So when Mike says 60,000 strong, does he mean divide that by 2? Yeah, because the math ain't mathing from Mike's perspective. I mean, somebody said 23K in the chat. That's not 60.
That ain't 60.
That's not 60. Now, here's my question to you, Rick, big time. I know you got to go. You've been on this thing for a long period of time. Bro, tell me why Jackson State fans, they are more delusional than the Cowboy fans, I'm sorry to say. Why are they still hung up on Deion? I thought T.C. Taylor was supposed to be the great replacement for Deion.
I mean, ideally he's supposed to be the great replacement. That's what they would hope. Alum, you know what I'm saying? Guard the yard, pray for TC, all that type of stuff. To me, listen, the only reason that to me, JSU fans are still hung up on Prime is because now they can shoot their shot, right? You couldn't shoot your shot when he's in the building. You can't shoot your shot when he's walking on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? You can't shoot your shot when those things are going on. But now that he's done gone away to Mississippi West, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody want to get a chance to shoot their shot. And at the end of the day, that's what happens when you're scoring. You know what I'm saying? When you're a scoring lover, you know what I'm saying? Any opportunity you get, oh, you know, I got to say this and I got to say that. And that's, to me, that's what it comes down to. That's why I always say, I just wish I would have kept the same energy. That's all. I just wish I would have kept the same energy because people calling them Primettes, but it was JSU alums that were going oblivious to it, calling him Jesus Christ Jr. I mean, I called him Jesus Christ Jr., so let me stop. I'm lying. My bad. That was me. That was me. I called him Jesus Christ Jr. You know what I'm saying? You have people comparing him to Jesus and all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's not act like it wasn't alums that were part of that Primette movement as well. You had Primettes like me, Sean, Rocky, you know what I'm saying? Even yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because you were a Prime fan, you know what I'm saying? So we there for Prime. But what about the alums that were just as oblivious? They out here, you know, looking like what's that movie with the girl when she had the scarf around her eyes? It was Bird Box. Everybody walking around here like Bird Box. You know what I'm saying?
Bird Box.
Nobody wanted.
Oh man, all I know is you just call Colorado, Mississippi West.
That's all it is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all it is.
So, but that's all it is, man. That's all I wanted to come on, man. I can't wait for tonight's show at 7 p.m. I would love to be on that show with you and Mike concerning Prime because of the fact that Mike had a lot to say in the comments about Prime. A lot to say in the comments about Prime. So I'm going to look forward to your rebuttal to Pothole State's whole thing concerning this, man. So, man, God bless you, man. Thank you for your time, bro.
Hey, no problem, Mr. Bugs. Appreciate you. All right, last caller, 7433 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Bishop.
Hey, what's up, Bishop? Talk to me.
What's up, my boy? Shit, I ain't want to talk about Prime and all that.
Oh, no, you good?
What I got to say about that is people are really delusional, and it's just amazing to see how people think. But what I really want to talk about is, bro, you ain't never think about making your show like a podcast? Or get on like Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yeah,
iHeartRadio.
I used to do that. I used to rip it and upload it to Apple. Why? It would make it easier for you?
Nah, I feel like you'll get a better broadcast. Well, not a better, but more of an audience.
Okay.
Like broadcast your audience out to everybody. Because, bro, you're so good, bro. You feel me? Like, I watch the show more than TV, and I like how you got your programs. Every set, we know we're going to watch this show. So if you put your junk on Apple, I've been trying to even like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been hitting up like, what is it, Black Effect Radio. I've been like sending me your stuff like every now and then.
Oh man, thank you,
him
Bishop.
like,
I appreciate that, man.
Man, he raw, bro. Like he raw. He need y'all to support him. So like, you feel me? Just think about taking your show to the next level and just like, cause audio where it's at, bro. Like, I understand you got it on YouTube and with HBCU Plus, but audio, bro, you get your junk on audio, cause half of the time, bro, some people may just put a phone down and not really watching you. They just listening to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So that audio come into play too. And that podcast and just you think about it, because when there was Monday.
Yeah.
Who you was with Monday?
I was with my boy Perry White.
Yeah, when Perry said that when he was on XM, he said radio. He's true, because radio different. Like at radio, just audio. You feel me? Audio listening. So I was just, man, bro, I love your show, dog. Keep taking it to the next level. We see somebody in Boulder, Colorado talking about you. You feel me? Hey, keep doing your thing, dog. And just keep taking your jump to the next level, bro. Bless.
No, man, Bishop, I appreciate that, bro. Real talk, man. Real talk. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's a great way to end it. That's a great way to end it, man. Shout out to my boy Bishop Bonnet, man. I know he living a good life. He, FAMU rolling. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. The last Celebration Bowl, not the celebration, the last OBC, right? The last OBC, the one that FAMU got mollywopped, right? I saw Bishop, and Bishop was like a true alum. like a true alum. I'm talking about FAMU gear, head to toe, shorts, hat, shirt. Listen, I'm talking about he was like, man, it feel good to be out here, you know, be an alum. That butt whooping though. But now I know he in full effect. I know he in full effect, man. I know he in full effect. The way they winning, the way they rolling. But he's a true FAMU alum, man. When I saw him, he was decked out, man. I loved it. Green and orange everywhere. Peas and carrots everywhere. But hey, man, listen, guys, I appreciate y'all, man. Once again, Hezekiah, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Good conversation. At the end of the day, listen, I always love perspective. That's what this show is all about. Call in and get your opinions. So that's what this show is all about. You know what I'm saying? I have my opinion. You have your opinion. All I'm going to say is you should have kept that same energy. That's all I ask for you. All right. Now, my lovely wife is sitting in front of me, and she's looking real scrumptious. So I'm going to go spend some time before. I'm going to go spend some quality time before I have to come back here at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Mike Reed, The Breakdown will be here. All right? You already know what it is. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.